the J20, the last interceptor currently in Metalstorm. It was the first Chinese aircraft in Metalstorm before the J10 and the JF-17 Thunder, which is a Chinese-Pakistani kind of group project. And this is basically, for all intents and purposes, it seems to be just an upgraded F-111 is probably the best way to think about it. Yeah, so the F-111, as you know, carries just long-range missiles, has no guns. This also has no guns. However, this has stealth. It carries 6 of these long-range missiles with the no-look fire capability. And apparently also 2 short-range missiles. So when people, get a little too close for comfort, you do have some ability to fight back at close range. Yeah, it's an interesting bird for sure. And it's one that I've been interested in trying out for a little while. And so I figured we'd unlock it here today and see how she behaved. Here we go, unlocking the Mighty Dragon. So let's check out the paints she's got. She comes in factory gray, and then a slight camo, black eagle. Very subtle camo. I kind of like it. The gold dragon, which just looks sick. And if I ever get to the point where I unlock that golden canopy, I think it's going to go really well with this one. And then, of course, you have your mastery paints, which both look pretty darn good on this aircraft. I will say, overall, it's kind of an odd-looking bird, but yeah, I mean, it's odd yet in a good way. Interesting. It stands out. I wouldn't call it ugly. Not as sexy as the American 5th gen jets, I don't think, but still very interesting. Alrighty, here we go, and we got Team Deathmatch at Crucible lined up, so it'll be a really good kind of showcase for the first match in the J20 here, because this is the map and the gameplay mode that would benefit this plane the most, I would imagine. We're going to try climbing to max altitude here. Means break, I would say, at 18,000%. This is kind of the key to the J20 here. You can see my missiles are locking on and are able to be fired while my nose is pointed away, which is truly a major advantage to a long-range interceptor like this. I mean, that is probably got to be the biggest advantage any interceptor has. Because a lot of interceptors do feel very exposed when they do that initial climb. And basically mitigating that by still being a threat while climbing is something that truly sets this plane apart. You can see that great speed there as well. Swap back to a long range as we climb. Target the attack plane. It's probably going to be tankiest, so we want to get some hits in on it. Target the other attack. Boy. There you go. Yeah, so this is really the tactic here, is just since you do lack a cannon, even with those short-range infrareds, you do lack a cannon completely, so you do not want to get into any close range fighting, you want to stay completely outside of their ability to hit you back. Especially, this is doubled up by the fact that you are a 5th gen stealth aircraft, and so you don't have to be quite as far away as the others to essentially be out of the effective range of most aircraft in the game. Still there. Use gravity to carry some speed. The afterburner to reload our munitions. And our climbing. Now this jet's not going to be for everybody. Some people find this style of gameplay a little boring. Like I said earlier, it's like a more advanced aardvark. So if you didn't care for the aardvark, I cannot recommend this game. But if you enjoyed the aardvark, as the meta stands right now, this plane seems better in literally every way. I cannot think of one advantage the aardvark would have. In fact, there's an aardvark right there. Get a shot in on him. Kill him. We'll take those A6 for our last one. And yeah, it was almost way too easy. Granted, these were low levels. There was only like I think 1 or 2 other people in this match. But yeah, it's very standoff and hit from a distance, stay outside of their range, and just be annoying as possible. Be this long-range sniper who just is making the entire lobby angry. I've seen groups of these things work together, and it can be truly devastating to see a team of these. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the devs are planning to do with it, but I would expect a slight nerf. So it wasn't a favorite before amongst the community, and then they buffed it. And then I feel like maybe they did a little too much with the buff. I would expect them to walk that back, but as it currently stands, they are not doing that. I haven't seen any evidence of that. And here we go. We had a team deathmatch, and now we're going to have an air superiority fight. So as we make our way over to Charlie, we're going to be able to target these guys coming in. This is going to be another big advantage of the jet as it makes its way from point to point. Firing at people who are chasing you or trying to intercept you at a certain point is going to be really key to kind of making the most of your experience with this kind of fighter aircraft. Got a MiG-21. I'm thinking maybe we can one-shot him. He is going to get the cover, I think, before we get there. That's okay, because we're going to take this point. You can just see how much those missiles curve around to get to him. I mean, it is truly a menace. Let's get those cool engines trains. Turbo's hit. Friend got him though. Six is a miss. We are gonna climb. I will be honest, I don't know how this kind of off-nose firing will work if you're on mobile. Right now I'm obviously playing on PC, and so it's easy to kind of aim the mouse one way and then use the keyboard to turn my jet in a different way if I want. I don't really know how that would work on mobile. So if you are primarily a mobile player, it might be worth it before unlocking this jet to try out, you know, looking somewhere else and flying a different direction. And seeing if that's comfortable for you. Because if it's not, then I'm not sure if I'd recommend this from a purely mobile standpoint if you don't have, you know, a controller like a backbone or something. When I do play mobile, I do use my backbone controller, so obviously if you have a controller, that would be probably a big advantage to you. And an easy win again. I do think that was an all-bot match. I don't think we had anybody else in here. Set these to my Raptor. But I am gonna get let's do one more match in it. I mean, look, incredible top speed, high turning speed. I mean, the turn rate's not good, but it doesn't matter if it's not good because you're not going to be in dogfighting. So it's almost irrelevant what the turn rate is on this thing. And that's really kind of, you know, what I've been wanting to emphasize here throughout this video is that if you're in an up-close fight with this thing, you've probably made a mistake somewhere. This thing is not for up-close fighting, it is just for sniping. And if you enjoy that kind of gameplay, then you are going to enjoy this playing a lot. For those of you who watch Metalstorm's Creator Cup, which I was able to co-host, we did see a lot of J20 gameplay. And that was actually prior to the buff it got. So, a lot of high-level players use this plane. A lot of high-level teams feature this plane when they're working together as a team. And not, you know, they all can't be wrong. So if you're not trusting, you know, my flying with it, then pay attention to what they're doing and go watch those. Go over the Metalstorm's, you know, Play Metalstorm's actual YouTube channel. Check them out. Check out the gameplay there that was featured, and see what some of the best were able to do with it. So this F-15 is a real adversary. And we are going to get the hit on one of those. Now we are completely out of conditions. But while he was focusing on Charlie, we've established a pretty hefty lead. It's going to be hard for his team to come back. It's another person. Let's see how well he dodges all of these. And we got him. He was completely on our 6, dead behind us, and we were able to kill him. Now granted, he got us back because I wasn't focused on dodging or anything, but I mean, you can imagine how much of an annoyance this plane is to fight if you haven't faced it before, if you're able to kill people who are directly on your 6. The only other plane that currently can do that is the Fitter, which features the rear-facing guns as its special ability. This is before you get the special ability. You do this this is native to the aircraft from level 1, and it truly kind of sets it apart from any of its peers in that sense. And yeah, with that last triple kill, I don't think they're going to be able to establish any kind of comeback. I had them locked up in their spawn for a little too long. And the second our ally gets A, it should be all over. Oh no, they're trying. 199 though, I mean they're really just delaying the inevitable at this point. There we go. Hit him with the GGs. And yeah. Overall, once again, if you like the aardvark, this is the stealth aardvark. You know what I mean? But with better firing capability because of the fact that you can fire all the way around your aircraft. If you're a big fan of the long-range planes, this will be up your alley. It's an interesting combat aircraft. If you are more of a light fighter, medium fighter, attacker aficionado, you're probably not gonna care for this type of gameplay very much. It's very standoffish. But yeah. So, anyways, thank you guys for stopping in, as always. And I will see you guys next time.